I'm preserving pumpkins today. Alright, today I'm going to show you how I preserve pumpkins. These are some pie pumpkins that I got in the fall, and they've been sitting down in the basement, and it's getting time to go ahead and get those preserved and put away. So you're going to start off, get you a big giant knife, and you're going to, if I can do it, I need a machete. I'm going to go ahead and just cut these in half. Let's go ahead and just take that stem off. That's going to make it easier to deal with. So anyway, cut it in half. Just leave the seeds in it. I'm going to show you what to do next. Alright, so next we're going to get ready to bake these pumpkins. This is really just a simple method. Normally I would use a casserole dish so that I could put more than one at a time or one half at a time. But my casserole dishes are in the dishwasher now, which you can hear going in the background. So you're going to get just I've got a pie plate, but just a little bit of water in it. It doesn't take much, if you can see about how much that is. Then you're going to take the pumpkin half, leave the seeds in it, like I said. We'll deal with those later. And just turn it face down or seed side down into the water. Okay, so we've got the pumpkin half, seed side down or cut side down into the shallow water. I've got my oven preheated at 400, bake 400. We're just going to take and stick this half in the oven. Alright, while I'm working, I'll go ahead and show you. I had one that started getting some bad spots, and you can see it goes, oops, slippery little booger, goes all the way into the inside. So on those, you can still use them, just take the bad off and then work with what you have left. Okay, so once I got done cutting off some bad spots, I ended up with, it's mostly half, just a little bit missing, but it'll still bake up great. And unfortunately at this place I have a small stove, so I'm going to have to rearrange my shelves a little bit so I can get all those pumpkins into the oven. Alright, I managed to get 2 pumpkins into the oven. We're going to let these bake for probably about 40 minutes or so, or until they're just soft. They'll just be falling off the skin soft when they're ready. Okay, so I got the 2 pumpkins or 4 halves out of the oven, and I'm going to prepare my next 2 pumpkins. Alright, here's the first set of pumpkins that I took out of the oven, and you can see they're just fall apart soft. The seeds just scrape out of them very easily, and so that's how you know that they're done. So I showed you scraping out the inside of the pumpkin, but I also just wanted to show you when it's done, when it's cooked all the way, that skin will just peel right off very easily. Okay, I have tried to get away from using Ziploc bags. It's just a waste. You just throw them in the trash. And so I did when I was using Ziploc bags. When it was appropriate, I would rinse them out and reuse them. But I'm just going to use mason jars for this job. We're going to fill these up about 3/4 of the way full and put them in the freezer. And in the freezer, this pumpkin will last. I mean, I've kept it for a year before I did something with it. And I chose wide mouth because I thought whenever the time came to get this out, to thaw it and to get the pumpkin out, it'd be easier to get it out of a wide mouth jar. So I'm going to get my jars filled up, like I said, 3/4 of the way so we don't break our jars, and then I'm going to put lids on them. Alright, I've actually got some clear freezer space for a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and start sticking my pumpkin in the freezer, and then it's there for me whenever I need it. Alright, good news with the pumpkins. I said I was just going to do some today and some later, but I went ahead and just got them all done today while I had the oven heated up and going. I thought, well, let's just go ahead and get it done. So all the pumpkins have been preserved.